What's up, guys? Here again, another NSX update. I have some parts here that arrived. Guess what I'm doing today? I got the oil pan, and I got I didn't know that the CV axles came with the nuts, and I ordered two more, so I have two extras. Ordered two oil pan gaskets, and I got a bunch of seal, intermediate shaft seal, and things like that, which were needed. And I got the original Vtec seals, which I had issues with before. As you know, I'm trying to find where are the other ones. So I have the Vtec solenoid, so like I said, order two pairs so that I have just in case. So now I have the originals, not the Victor Zanes or whatever it is, are just crap. And this is the original oil pump gasket from Honda. And this is the little light of the door, which this one that's cracked, so I got a new one. So I was very curious about this because that is the Felpro, this is the Honda. So and I don't know if you remember, but in the previous video about my oil leak, I show you that when I put it on, I follow the book and all that kind of stuff, and this guy expanded and deformed it and all that. So I wanted to compare these two, and I looked and it's like I'm looking at everything that is different between the Felpro and the Honda, and they are basically the same thing. The only thing I can think of is that the material itself in the Honda, seems to be harder. I'm not 100% sure. It seems to be. And this ridge here, or rubber thing, is a bit taller. We're talking about 0.5 millimeter taller than this one. I don't know if that will make a difference to hold it in place. I have no idea. These holes are a little bit more, I guess, tapered than this one's in the Felpro. They have more taper than this one. This one's seem to be kind of more straight. But that's the only difference I can think of. So I'm hoping that putting the original, I'm not going to have that problem again. I'm going to follow the book again, like I always do, and see what's going on. But it was brand new. But anyhow, and so I'm going to use this. I'm going to change those so I don't have leaks. I'm going to change the oxygen sensor too today. I know that's going to be a here it is, which I didn't change last time. It's going to be a chore. And hopefully I don't have more leaks. I'm done with oil leaks. I hate oil leaks. One of those people that has to fix it, and I hate them. So hopefully I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit. I'm ready to lift it up and all that, but I need to start from here. And the other thing I'm going to do, so we just used this thing. I bought this oil pressure gauge, like a cheap one from Amazon.com in that case, because it was cheaper than Amazon Canada. So this gauge, we just used it in the truck. If you have seen my channel, me and my friend have a truck, 1988, the 1500 Sierra GMC, and the gauge was showing very low pressure, like almost nothing. But those clusters in 1988 are absolutely terrible. So I told my friends, like, well, the truck runs really well after we did all the valves and head gasket and all that. And the gauge from one day to another just went down to nothing. We changed the oil, put a little bit thicker oil. It was kind of thin, so we put a little bit thicker oil. Still the same thing. And so I said, I don't trust these gauges. The truck runs well, there's no knocking, nothing. It burns some oil, but it's a truck that has like 400,000 kilometers, so it's going to burn some oil. So anyway, so we bought this thing just to make sure the gauge in the cluster was not wrong. We changed the oil pressure senders unit, and that didn't change anything. So we measured with this, and it was 30 psi at idle, which is perfect. And it went up to like almost 60 at 500 rpm, 4,000 rpm. So the truck is fine. We measured compression. We had 150 in pretty much all cylinders. I think one cylinder was 140 or 145, which is within the margin of the 30% psi. So and the reason why I'm talking about this is because my gauge in the NSX, I read the book and it seems to be okay, but I thought, well, since I'm going to do the Vtec, well, I can connect this guy, measure the pressure, oil pressure at idle, just to make sure, because I need to decide if I'm going to do major work in the engine. The engine is running fine, but I was thinking to do major work in the engine, just because I'm one of those people that buys a car, takes the engine out, and does the whole thing. So I want to take a decision on that, and for that I wanted to I have been driving it, as you know, and it runs fine, but it's just kind of like preventive measure. So I just want to make sure the gauge is not playing on me, and what is reading is supposed to be the reading that which is by the book, within the margins, no? So I'm going to do that too, because the oil pressure gauge in this car is right under the Vtec, so might as well, since I'm there, I can just do the test. The only issue is that I need to put the Vtec and all that together before I can test with this. So anyhow, that's the plan. So I'm going to start working on it, and I show you the progress. One Vtec solenoid out. My assistant's here helping out. For obvious reasons, I'm not showing her face because the internet is not a nice place. Anywho, so yeah, look, this is the one that goes here. My video was a year old. Ouch, this thing is hot. It's hot. Look, it's already broken. You see, these things are a real piece of poop. They're so thick that you put, you torque them down, they break when you put them down. That's basically what's happening. So don't ever use Victor Rain's Vtec solenoids. Please, just do not use them. End of story. Look at it. Isn't that crazy? It's the same as the other one. So anywho's, original is going in. This one here is actually not bad. This one I think is the only one that you can really buy. I'm looking at it closely, and no, it doesn't seem to be damaged. And as you can see, my oil is very clean. But anywho, that's
How?
How what?
It's anyhow, not anywho.
No, okay. I mean, I like to say anywho.
Oh.
Anywho, I'm imitating Derek from Bicycle Garage. He says anywho, and Moses Sandals, and Bring the Thunder, lighting Boiler, or Fuel Make It Happener, and things like that. Anyhow, he's pretty funny. So anyhow. These are good, so you can, I guess, use this only, but not those. Definitely not those. So I'm going to put the new ones in and connect this thing back again. Vtec solenoids done. Clean it up. I'm going to buy the relocation kit for the Room SOS for the oil pressure switch, because it's kind of far, so I'm going to relocate it. But I read in the book that you can pressure test right up there in the pressure switch. So I'm going to use the pressure switch. This guy, sorry, oh my god, it's not that comfortable to be here. the pressure switch there, that's where I'm going to put my measurement thing. So I'm going to take the oil filter. Now I'm going to do the oil pan gasket. As you can see, you see how deformed that is. So I'm going to clean up all this. There was oil everywhere here. So here, full of oil. So I undid this side of the header. So last time I had to use a torch to get the oxygen sensor out, and I made that hole a little bit bigger. So I'm pretty sure it's leaking a little bit out of there, but there was no other way. I had to drill it in a very awkward position. It was a humongous amount of work just to get that oxygen sensor out. So the hole of the oxygen sensor, like if I touch, where is it? There's one area that basically the oxygen sensor is covering that part that I kind of round out. So so these bolts came out really good, very easy, because I already took them out, cleaned out the threads and all that. But now I'm undoing this side, the frame thing bar is out. So I'm doing this part so I can take all this out, because I want to get that oxygen sensor out, the one that is over there. So, but for that I need this to get there. I need this out. So I'm going to do it from here, with the hopes that I will be able to get into the oxygen sensor without having to get the exhaust out and get this guy out, this one out. I don't want to take that out, but I'm going to have to take this guy out because it's in the way, no matter what. But I think that then I'm going to have enough space to like get the tool in between and so on. So we'll see how that goes, but let's see how it goes. Let me I tried to undo this ones with a full battery, and that guy that has pretty decent torque, they didn't come out, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to break them, so I'm going to hit them up with the torch. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's try the first one. It's cherry red now. So, put the torch here because I want to turn it off. Since I know it might not work. So let's try this one. Nope. Okay. More heat. I'm going to switch to my 700 pounds of torque air. And see if that helps. Let's try this one. That's the beauty of this one. It's like this one is a lot more torque, but it has to be heated up. So one is out. Let's do this one now. The air ratchet. This is an Ingersoll Rand titanium, which I think is 1,300 pounds or 900 pounds. The rigid I have, I think, is 400 pounds with a strong battery. It usually doesn't have enough agar-dagars to get these bolts out. So, but the Ingersoll Rand is a power horse. Even though it's not the strongest I have, I mean, it's not the strongest model. They have taken humongous rusted bolts out after I heat them up, obviously. So, but this one's, I'm pretty sure no one has taken them out in a long time. Getting hot. Alright, let's give it a try. Come on, yeah. Oh. Second one is up. Last one. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be tricky. I don't know if I can reach that one. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. The sway bar is in the way, so this is going to get interesting. I'm going to get it really hot so that I have enough time to deal with trying to put the gun okay. It's pretty hot. Okay, let's try it. This one is going to be tricky. Oh. And he's out. Yay. Aha. And that's how you do it. And I think if I now grab some gloves and I'm careful enough, which is never the case, I can move those things out. Let's see if this comes out now. Ouch! Ooh, there's warm stuff here. Oh, the hanger's there. Yeah, that's fine. This is out. Oh, it's not coming out. Go on. Come on, hanger. Really nice. There. Ooh. Ouch. That's ooh. Oh. Looks like my flex pipe is broken. It's another problem. Broken. It's not that broken. All right, let's see if I can move you to so you can see what I'm doing here. So I need to get that out, and then the hanger is somewhere here, so I'm going to put you here. See if I can. Let me move the torch out of here, because you don't want to trip on the torch. Ooh. Yeah. Alright. Let's try to get this out. Here. Okay. So we need the hanger now. Okay. Yeah. I want to make sure I'm not damaging anything. Okay. There. Now it's hanging. Oh. Ooh. Man, it's warm. Ooh. Everything got really warm. Ouch. All right. I'm inspecting. Yeah, the flexible pipe is still good, I guess. I think so. Kind of looks funky. Right. Gasket is out. All right. Now I have more room here. I have been checking this thing that you can see here. Yeah, so the intermediate shaft. So the leak of the Vtec solenoids, it goes down to about here. It sprays everywhere here in the flexible pipe everywhere. This shaft is was full of oil. So anyhow, so I was wondering if there is a leak or so I need to monitor that, so I'm cleaning it up. All right, so with this out of here, now I can, try to take the oxygen sensor out. All right, let me position the camera somewhere else. All right, so with the exhaust out, or that mid pipe, these guys are 14 right here. I already took the ones on the side, which are 14.2. Those were pretty easy. So this one I'm going to do it with the rigid. Let's see. I should be able to take them out. Yeah. They're not. Oof, they're not that tight. And oh, sorry about that. All right. This sway bar is very. It looks so small. My friend has a BMW with a Aftermarket sway bar, which is twice as thick as this one. I think I might upgrade it for the the NSX bar. So, all right, that's out now. I have very good access to the oxygen sensor right there. And this one, obviously, I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to make it so red that Santa is going to show up thinking that it's Christmas. So I am going to put these bolts back here, and let's make some hot. Oh, let's make some heat. One thing though I want to show you. Let me see if I can move you here. Oh, there. Over here. Let me bring you here with me. There. That's better. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to have you guys here and do this myself. It's just impossible. But you know, I'm going to put a lot of heat here on the oxygen sensor, and actually I prepared myself for this last year because I had such a bad time with the front oxygen sensor that I bought this kit. I'm going to show you. So I bought this kit here that has both sides and all that kind of stuff. It has this socket. The trick is, what I learned is that you actually put a clamp on here. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use this guy, not that, that's useless. And I'm going to clamp it. Put a clamp here, tie the clamp, and then undo it. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me prepare that, and then I record it. All right, I'm ready to heat this up. Sadly, the shield doesn't allow me to put the clamp that I was saying before, so I'm going to have to try it without the clamp. So let's heat it up first. You don't see much the redness, but it's heating up. Pretty red. You see some red there. Going to hit it from all the sides, otherwise, you know, it might not work. Okay, that's pretty damn hot. Okay, this time I'm shooting down the torch. Now I need to do this without. don't know why it doesn't fit now. There. Okay. Oh my, that is freaking great. Let me try to put there. Okay. All right. You guys are in the way. Okay, there. Now. That doesn't want to come out, guys. It doesn't want to come out. See, that's the problem with these things. I think I have to heat it up even more. Okay. So I have this socket. The other one's too hot to show you, but this one is actually deeper. I believe if I put this one here, yeah, so here I can put this clamp on. And I think that is going to work. So like this. Well, wait a second. No, the cable is, well, to be honest, I can cut the cable right now, but that's basically what it's going to look like. So let me prepare this and record it. I'm going to put you guys there. So this is a new thing. As you can see, I cut the cables. There's no more cables here. The cable's hanging. So that means I'm committed to change it. So this is what I end up doing. So the other clamp I had was kind of bad. This is an exhaust clamp for one of those West Fastos diesel heaters, whatever. It's pretty beefy. Since I cut the cable, I can pass it through it. But this one, you can open it up. So if you want to keep the cable, in case you could not remove it, you know, and then do it another time, then that's better. But this is way beefier than the other one. So it is going to make this socket not to expand, although now I can put any socket, to be honest, in it, but I want to try with this one. And this is a 1/2 inch, the other one was a 3/8, so this is a 1/2 inch, and I have breaker bars. So I'm going to hit it again, but now I remove the shield, which the shield was covering all this area here that I couldn't see, so now I can see. So I'm going to try with the shield removed. Let me move the light over here, see if that's better lighting for you guys. There. No, not so good. Let's put it down here. All right, so this area here I couldn't see it before, so now the socket goes all the way down, and I can see the socket is sitting all the way down here. So hopefully I'm not going to round it out much. So let's heat it up again. Alright, this is way easier because the shield is not in the way. And the shield, I mean, if you want to leave the cable, you put the shield there, it's still, you can still remove it. So I'm going to hit the header, not just the bolt. You see it's getting really hot, so but I'm heating the header too, so that because before the shield didn't allow me to do that. Now the bolt is really warm, but I want the header or whatever it's called. Is it called a header? I guess it's called a header, exhaust header. I'm hitting this guy up now. I don't think I'm going to get the header hot, but it's making noises, which is a good thing. Oh, it's getting warm. All right, let's warm it up. It's getting really warm. Come on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's warm the bolt again once more time. It's pretty warm. All right, let's see that works. Okay. No. There. Okay. That's in. Let's put the breaker bar in. Come on. There. Come on. It's moving. It's moving. The cable's moved, so that means it's moving. Let's see. Can do this again. Yeah, it's coming out. It's coming out. There. So this clamp is better, and oops, sorry, I'm moving it back and forth, so I know it gets, it's better that way. So you clean the threads. Oof, I'm so sorry. There, you guys can see. Sorry. Okay, so you see, back and forth, makes it easier. That was too weird. The socket is really warm now. You have to be very careful. Ooh. It's super warm. Okay, let's get the ratchet. I think now we can do the ratchet. I think so. Let's see. Whew. I think it's about to come out, but it's really warm, obviously. Yeah. Ta-da! Yeah! Ah, Jesus! You see, ooh, the threads are all welded in and all that. So let me get you a close up. Look at this. Ooh. You see, there's one side, there's no threads, you know, because it rusts out. It's crazy, huh? Yeah, it's out. So I'm going to do the chaser now. Ooh. I'm so happy. All right. And the thing is, I don't really want to put this one in the wrong way. So I'm hoping that, I don't really know if it's going easy or not. I don't want to cross thread it, so that's a bit tricky because, you know, it doesn't sit. Okay, I'm going to do it with the socket. Let's see. I think it's like that. straight. Okay, taking it out a little bit now. Okay, now in again. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah. Think. Okay. Yeah, that's good. The threads are all clean now for the re-oxygen sensor. Well, I don't know if this chaser is good enough. I don't know. It looks worn out already. Okay. All right. So now we have the, you can't really see much. Let me bring my light here. Oops. Okay. So now we have we put the chaser through. The threads look somewhat okay. I mean, they're okay. So I'm going to bring the new oxygen sensor, but before that I need to disconnect the old one, which I don't know if I can reach from here. So now let me disconnect it and be alright. So I have the new oxygen sensor. The connector goes through the shield, and because I don't see with the shield, you don't see the base of the hole where the oxygen sensor hole goes in the head. I am not going to put the shield now. I'm going to put it after I just pass through the hole, and that's it. So I'm putting the never cease, copper never cease that comes with the oxygen sensor. You don't really want this to get stuck again, and it takes 2 seconds to put the never cease on it. That's it. I'm going to put it in here now. I'm going to go like this. Okay. Whoop. All right. Okay. It's getting a bit tight, so I'm a bit concerned about that because the threads are so. I'm going to try to see here if I can tie it up. This is a 3/8, so I can't really put much force on it. So just want to make sure that I'm not, I need a humongous amount of force to go all the way in. Oh, sorry, again. fine. I was a bit worried there that I was cross-threading somehow, which you don't really want that. Let me, that's tight here. And that's it. Holy. So this one definitely easier than the one in the front, just because of the axis. The other one is in a tight place. So this one actually ended up being much easier, and it's pretty tight. So I'm going to route the cable where it was, and that's about it. No, nothing special about that. And now I'm going to move into our infamous oil pan, which is leaking like crazy. So yeah, let's do that. Yoo-hoo! It's 11 p.m. and I really want to go to bed. I took the old gasket out, cleaned it all out and all that. I imprinted the instructions from a 97 2000 to see if there was an update. I checked the torque millions of times, converted it to inch pounds and all that to make sure that my torque range wasn't wrong. This is 10 Nm, not 14, and you can see that it deforms anyways. It's not as bad as the Felpro, which was all deformed, but in these three places, you can see it squeeze out. You see, I mean, it squeeze out in other places too. Not much. Like if you look at it from here, it's not much a squeeze out, but it squeeze out. If I do 14, you can start seeing the holes coming out of it. So, I'm actually wondering right now, is like, maybe I destroyed this one too. Maybe my torque wrench is busted and it's actually torquing far more than 14, but that is supposed to be 10 Nm, and that's how it looks like. So I don't know. I mean, some places are better than others. This time I cleaned out the surface really well, and I didn't put any RTV because it says that it needs to be dry. I only put RTV in the corners where there's the seams, and that's about it. But that's how it looks like. So I think, oops, is going to leak from this area here, at least. That's my guess. So I don't understand. I'm very pissed right now. It's just, this is a non-da gasket, and I'm still having this issue. So maybe my oil pan is, deformed or something. I don't know. I put the tapers looking down because it has these lines in the thing. And the tapers make sense because that's where they will fit. So it has these, these holes are not straight, they're tapered. So I put this facing the engine and this facing the oil pan, and these little rigid things are facing the oil pan, not the engine. And unless that I'm doing it completely wrong, and I actually need to put this side to the oil pan and that side and this side to the engine, then that would be the only explanation. But it makes no sense to go this way because the taper thing is like that. So I don't know. Well, second day in here, and so following the book, like I said yesterday, this will deform no matter what. So I went and read a bunch of posts about the oil pan gasket, and someone said in the NX Prime said you have to use a torque wrench that is very accurate in very low torque settings. So I bought this torque wrench from Canadian Tire. It's a Mastercraft, I guess. And it only goes up to 230 inch pounds and basically 30 Nm. But we are talking about kind of like the almost the lowest setting, not the lowest, but the second setting in the torque wrench. Well, it's not true because it's a dial, so you can do, very slow incrementals, but the bottom of this I think is at 3 and this is an 11. So I was thinking that maybe, so I bought this one to work on bicycles because they're very low setting, but it got me thinking because I remember reading about torque wrenches, and there is a range of effectiveness, I guess, in the cheap ones. So they're not really good at the bottom, they're not really good at the top, they're kind of like good in the middle type of stuff. So I thought, well, maybe that could be that I don't have a really good, accurate torque wrench to actually, and that's why this deforms. And anyway, so that same person said that they follow the torque sequence, which is this one, that one, these two, and the other front two, and then they go clockwise. And he only tightens the gasket until the edge of the rubber meets the edge of the pan or the edge of the block. So when I thought about that, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because this doesn't make sense. I mean, seriously. I mean, if my torque wrench is correct, this is 11 NMs, and I got to go to 14, so I'm going to completely destroy it. In fact, I believe that I already destroyed this one. So just to make sure I'm 100% good, I'm going to take this one out, which is dry. I didn't put any RTV, nothing. Well, RTV in the corners that it says that you had to put some, but so I'm going to take it out, put the new one in, clean all that out, put it in, and just do it by hand. So let's do that. Right. Take 45 of the oil pan. I don't know how many times I'm going to do it. I'm thinking of changing the oil pump at some point, so this is going to come off again. Anyways, well, I clean out this, and I bought two original ones. So that's the old one that was leaking, like completely destroyed, totally deformed. This one, as you can see, after I torque it down, you see now it's all oval, so it's all already kind of deformed because of the torque. So although it might actually work, I don't want to use it. And it kind of makes sense. Like if we analyze this, think about it. Let me show you one side that is worse than the other, that it got deformed. With one hand is kind of hard. Well, this one. So look at this. So you see they're oval. They're all not round. And you see that ridge there, the line there. So if you tied it too tight, what I start seeing was this edge here, that line. That's what I start seeing out of the pan, out of the edge of the pan. So that means that this hole now is really close to the edge. So obviously it's going to leak no matter what. So if you start seeing this edge here, obviously it's bad. So sure, the book says something. I still don't understand how is this possible, or my only guess is the torque wrench. That's so far. So I'm going to tighten it up my hand and do it again, and only until I see this edge being squeezed out to the edge of the pan or the block, and that's about it, because that's a pretty safe bet that it's tight enough. This is going to stretch no matter what, but obviously you don't want this oval these holes to stretch all the way. And at some point I said, oh, you can put it this way or this way in the pan. No, you can only put it this way. So the flat side to the block, you cannot put it this way. So I was wrong. So I'm discarding this one, sadly, brand new. I'm putting this other brand new one. I still have the over there, the Velcro, so I'm going to just put it back in the box and have that as a spare. I clean up the surfaces. I'm going to put RTV in these four corners, like the manual said, just a little bit there, and that's about it. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing all over again. The surfaces are really clean. I cleaned them again 40 times, and you know, they squeak now when you pass your hands, so that means that they're clean. So I am going to redo this again. Right. It is hand tight, very basically not tight at all. It's just hanging there. One thing I wanted to set up the camera to show how to put the pan, but you know, this cable, which is a handbrake cable, I believe, yeah, that's it? Yeah. It is in the way when you take the, well, you don't need to really take that bar out of the way to the pan. I didn't do it the last time. It does give you a lot more space to maneuver the pan, because the bar goes from here to there, so you know, it will be in the way. So you can put the pan, if you remove this shield from this way, so you go this way. I think I would recommend to actually take that bar out, if you can. But I the last time I did it, pushing it from that side, took that shield out, which was very easy, and then I went this way. The thing with the gasket is that it has to be, hopefully you open the bag or box before, so it's kind of flexible and flat, because otherwise it can fall in the corner down, and you don't want that. And you want all the surfaces very clean, so you don't want to touch oil or anything. So I would recommend you to you know, if you have the tools and the time, remove the stabilization bar thingy, whatever, frame, support, and so that you have the space. One thing I noticed at one point, this thing is actually cleaner now, but it was so dirty, full of oil because of all the leaks and sand, that at some point I put the pan, this was like this, I think, like that. So I was putting the pan here, and I touch here, and I drop a lot of sand inside of the pan, and obviously oil in the gasket, and I didn't want that. So words of advice, hold this in place here or whatever, so that you don't touch it. And actually doing it this way, if you go around like that, you can basically go straight up, so the gasket doesn't have a chance to move. Otherwise, I mean, anyways, I did it from the other side, and it was fine. And so, you know, and even if I believe, even if you don't take that shield off, you can still do it this way, you know. But you just be careful, don't touch oil, and go slow up. And then once you have it up, I mean, in this position with this lift, I can basically bend my arms 90 degrees, and I can hold it, so it's not that difficult. And then put 2 bolts, or 1 in each corner, and then it holds, and then put the rest of the bolts. So now I'm going to go into the process of tightening it up by hand. So I'm going to put you guys in here, if I can, so you can see how I do it. Let me put the light here so you can see. Let me zoom in there. So I tied it basically nothing, and it's already at the edge of the block and very, very close to the edge of the pan. So, you know, I can feel it. It's right there. Although, yeah. So, you know, that's tight for me already. So let me do this one now. Here, I'm just doing it just a little bit. It's hard not to block the camera, I'm sorry. So I'm doing this one now. Just a little bit. These ones are hard to do because how do you know that it's at the edge of the you don't see the edge of the rubber there. So okay, so that's it. So I think that this is going to take a few passes, but you get the idea. Start from there now clockwise, and I'm watching the edge of the rubber of the gasket to meet the block or the pan. So that's the idea. Basically, you're just looking for not deform it. That's basically what you're looking for. Okay. All right, sir. You saw me doing 2 passes, basically, or 3 passes. That works better. Now this one, you know, it came out a little bit there, just a little bit, very little. That's not going to leak at all. And by putting the same pressure all around, you know, it gets compressed and compressed more until the point that you can't really turn it much. And so I give one more pass where I just turn less than a quarter turn to all, and they feel pretty tight. So I think that's it. I'm not touching it anymore. I don't think it's going to leak now. It looks pretty good, pretty flat around this area where it leaked a lot, here in this corner and there, here, and this is, you know, now at the edge of the pan. Basically it's a little bit past the block, but not much. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that's it. Not touching this again. So now we move into CV axles. Oh, that's going to be hard. All right, this is the fun part. I did all this work so I could actually do what I'm going to do now, which is the removal of the CV axles, which are, yep, this rubber is not rubber anymore. These boots are old. So first of all, we need to remove this, which some people have said that have some trouble. So I'm going to try with the what is called my trusted rigid impact. But first we need to get this out here. Once you crash this is not reusable, but I need to they hit it pretty hard there. Let me see if I can find something more pointy. Find a nail. I don't know if I can get this. This is moving. Nope. This is too big. Uh-oh. I might have to sacrifice this screwdriver. Whoever did it pretty good. Okay, that's separating. There it is. Yay. Okay. I got behind it now, which is a screwdriver. I found it in the wrecking yard for free. Well, that's good. You see, it keeps moving up. It's almost free now. So I'm going to hit it with this one. And I think that should be good enough. This is a round punch that I have for my air hammer that I barely use, and I think that that's free out of the yeah. So now I can put the socket, which I think it's a 36. That's what they said. Back from the store because I didn't have a 36mm socket. Now I have. Man, that thing is huge. All right. And it's pretty expensive too. I mean, it's a lot of money. So this is maxed out, full of air. Put some oil. Let's see if I can undo this. Yep, that's it. Haha! This gun never let me get down. Never. Such a good gun. I can't recall the model number. 2871 Ti or something like that. Pretty good. All right. That was pretty easy for this gun. Look at that. Alrighty, and I bought, someone actually did the right thing and they put, you know, never sees on it. That's copper, never sees. Nice, thank you. That makes it easier. So maybe this was not the first time that this was done. Anywho, that nut is out. Before I can take anything out, I bought new rotors because this rotor has a lip. You can see how, you know, my nail gets caught on the lip. Has a lot of rigids and stuff like that. So I have new brake pads and rotors, so I will be changing those. So I'm going to follow the rest of the book. I have printed instructions of what needs to be done. So I have the original 92 about 91, 92 book, and I printed this ones, which are this from 97 to 2000, just to make sure whatever updated thing, if anything have changed, I know I do whatever the new process is. So I'm going to read up on this and figure out what else I have to. I have an idea of what else I have to remove, but I just want to check. So we'll be back. Well, without looking at the book, it's kind of obvious what I had to do. I have to remove the caliper, but to remove the caliper, the banjo bolt of the brake hose is here, and then it goes through here. Let me show you. It goes through there, which is unusual compared with my other cars. So I'm going to have to remove this no matter what. Then disconnect the hose from the caliper, this guy here, and then pass it through. Otherwise I can't get the caliper out, and the brake hose is going to be in the way because this will have to move over this way. So I'm going to do that first. So let's do that. And I think this is like a 13. Let's see. Let's try. Oh, 14 maybe. This one. Oh my God, what's going on? Oh yeah, I said 14 and I grabbed the 13. Right. It's good. All right, that's broken. Oh, and it started leaking right away, so I have to. Can't really pinch this line because this line is pretty old. It's going to be messy. So I'm going to undo these 10mm ones. I think they are 10mm. This 10mm are here. This other side. This is for the bracket. Uh-oh, wrong way. Okay, that's good. Okay, now the bracket is loose. Okay. Now with the longest tension, it's easier to do it by hand. Okay. Check this out. I'm hoping that I can put a glove around the thing and it's not going to leak much, but I don't know. Oof, that was tight. Right. So what I like to do when it's possible is to put the bolts right away where they were, because then you don't lose them. Alright, so I'm going to grab an old glove and see if that works. Alright, because I can't really, this line is pretty hard, so I don't think I can pinch it. I don't think it's possible. I mean, it's possible, but I think I'm going to have a lot of Okay, come on. Wait, why is it so tight? Alright, now it's out. Oh, okay, that's not much dripping. Okay. Ooh. Not much dripping. So I'm going to put this guy here, back into the caliper, passing this hose through. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it here and put this glove in it, which is an old glove. It's broken. Like, just like that. And I'm going to, right. That's away now. That's it. So now I can access the caliper bolt, which is bigger than 14, I think. Is that 16? 17. Let's see. Okay, well, it's not that tight at all, actually. Oh, interesting. Well, this is new to me too. I need to take this shield thingy out of here because this is on the way of the bolt. Actually, I wonder, do I have to take the caliper out? Maybe I don't. Well, this for sure, 12, but I am wondering now. Oh yeah, no, I have to take the caliper, otherwise I can't take the rotor out, which I need to do for the brakes. What I'm thinking. All right. All right. So this guy has a bolt here. And has a bolt here. Right. Okay, one bolt out. Putting the bolts back in, so I know where they go. Shield this out. And let's see, yep, oh, no. Okay, the handbrake cable is in the way, which I believe I have to remove this bracket for that to come out. So let me bring a 17. Wrench. I think I can undo it with a wrench. I think so. That took some persuading. Bottom bolt is out. This one is a bit tighter. Oh, I need to take the handbrake out of the car, otherwise I'm not going to be able to take this off. Oh well, but now I know. Yeah. So let me do that, and I have to wrap them with a wire or a rope because they are going to drop to the ground. So let's do that. The other day I bought these giant zip ties, so I'm going to use one of them because it makes it easier to hold it. Oh. So for some reason the caliper is still really tight. I released the handbrake and I had to disconnect the what's it called? The alarm, the battery, because the alarm was going on. So and you know, it's already bleed, so I don't know why it's so tight. I don't know. I remember destroying some calipers before, so I want to make sure I'm not breaking this one out by doing something stupid, but I don't see why this caliper would be, I mean, so frozen in here. I don't get it. Well, that was a fight. So I want to read the manual to remove the brake pads, you know, which is, you know, like any other car, you have to remove their bleed the brake and all that, and the caliper. So I shouldn't have taken this before. Anyway, so I removed the shield and removed the cable holder, the brake cable thing, the clevis pin, and the locking pin. So I removed that, but this thing wasn't coming off, you know, and you can see how I damaged the brake pad. And you know, in my other cars there is a bolt to back up the what is it called, the piston, but this one is not the case. But I think what happened is because of the wear pattern of the brake pad, that lip was holding the brake pad in. So you see, this is how they were wearing out, this part, and then this is part of the lip. So it was not straight, so this was actually thicker than this. So these rotors are screwed, and I think that's why they were holding there. So to remove the rotor, I need to remove these things. I think, I mean, like I said, in other cars I have done that. So will this come off? Nope, doesn't come off. Where are these for? These are usually alignment pins. Well, I don't know. Well, these things could be pressed in, no? Maybe I need a... Oh, yeah, you see, you have to remove this. All right. Ta-da! Rotor is out. Ouch. Put these guys back in here so I don't lose them. And we will clean all this up. That's the noise I hear. And this rotor is wore out. Look at all the lips. Look at the lip. Look at the wear pattern. All those lines there. It's just, I don't think it has ever been replaced. Look at how thick the lip is. Well, to my collection of rotors, I have like, I don't know, 20 rotors there. Oof. That's a lot of noise. Wow. That's, well, that noise, you know, if I follow the noise by moving this, it doesn't sound just like the axle. It sounds like the intermediate shaft too, but I could be wrong. So anyways, let's continue going and then we can inspect this thing. I have to remove this bracket. There's a bracket here down here. Let me, you can't see. All right, well, let me take you out of here. So there's a bracket here for the wheel sensor cable that has to be taken out. This one, that bracket, plus this one, and the wheel sensor has to come out. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to, you know, attach it up here. Doesn't seem to be broken, but there is this plastic tabs that they look broken. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Why is it not easy? I don't understand. It's like no one did this job before. Did it actually break? And half of it is inside? I think it is. Oh my. I think that the whole sensor broke off. So now I don't have a car. Oh my. Is that for real? Oof. after some research, it looks like, well, the wheel sensor didn't have to be removed, but it is definitely stuck there. Oh, sorry. It's definitely stuck there. The rest of the body is still there, so I'm going to have to figure it out after removing the axle to see if I can remove the rest of it or push it through and take it out and get a new one. So yep, I'm going to have to get a new one. So guess I can drive the car like that without the sensor for a little bit. I believe so. It's possible, but we have to be. Anyways, so I have to remove this bracket here, then this 17mm bolt here, for this guy. Then we remove this bolt, 19mm bolt, marking the camber adjustment, I think, and this one. And then I will be able to drop the A-arm, lower A-arm, and then tap here to then remove the axle. Let's mark the camber, I believe. So I'm going to mark it here. So we know that aligns with that and this, and that will be. And I'm going to mark the other one because we're going to do the other CV axle later. And this time we are not going to remove the wheel sensor though. So this guy. All right. Let's try to remove this 19. I don't think that this one will remove it, but let's try it. Good. I'm surprised. Oh. Right, so marked. Putting the speed sensor bolts back again so I don't lose them. That was a bad idea. Alright. So now I have to remove this 19. rotating, but I need a wrench in the back. Wrench in the back. It's a bit stubborn. All right. Right, that's removed. That is removed. So now we can tap this guy. It should come off, I guess. See? Nope, doesn't want to move. Why everything has to be so difficult? I think the wheel sensor will be locking it, isn't it? I don't think so, but I'm going to leave it there to see if I can see if it moves in the video after. Okay, it's moving. All right, it was just a little bit more persuasion. Well, looks like it needs more persuasion. Well, more persuasion. Where's this is a bit too much, no? Okay, now it seems to be loose. Come on. What's going on with you? Do I have to remove the sway bar? Looks like I have to remove the sway bar because the manual said to remove the sway bar too, because it's pushing against the, it's making me not to bend much the oh my, 17, 18. Okay. Oh, can't do it with this. I'm going to have to remove the shock. But I didn't want to remove the shock. But I think that will be the easiest. Oh yeah, this is not that easy. Yay! Okay, that was a trick. It was the shock was pushing against it. All right, so I have that. So now I can slide this guy out. Not yet. Oh, yep. Well, the wheel sensor is destroyed. Okay, so I think I should be able to take this guy out from here. But I need to take the shield out first. Alright, that's for today. Done. Okay, this is I guess a tricky part of it. Or I don't know, it's just another tricky part of it. But you see the shield, I had to remove the shield, which I wasn't sure if I needed to. So now you need like 2 pray bars because it doesn't really want to come easy, because nothing about this is easy. So I have 1 pray bar there and this little one here. And it's moving, but it's very there. Oh, okay, that's out. Okay, that's how you take it out. One out.